Jai Hind everyone. Hi everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good, great. And today we are here. I am here, Prashant. My name is Prashant, and I am here for your mathematics session for Jaguar batch. And in this demo batch, we are going to just show you a glimpse of how we will teach you in this Jaguar batch. Right. This batch is particularly for those boys and girls who were not able to understand other language than English, or we can say whoever is not able to understand Hindi also, right? So we are going to just teach you in purely English medium. What we see when we take admissions, that people, students from north, west, or you can say south India, they are not able to understand Hindi properly, and because of the language barrier, they are not able to clearly understand the concepts of mathematics and another subjects also. So what we are going to do, we are just designing this batch, this Jaguar batch, for English medium students only, and we will teach in English only, right? We won't use any another language, right? Of course, the content we deliver in English and Hindi also, but in this batch, what we do, we deliver content in English, and we will communicate in English also, so that you can understand us properly and we can understand you properly, right? So let's get started. Again, I am Prashant Dwivedi, and I am mathematics faculty here. Today, I am going to take you a basic mathematics class, right? I'm not going to teach you mathematics. I'm just here to teach you basic of mathematics, right? First of all, because in the first class, what I believe, that you should learn some basic of mathematics, so that you don't have any problem in understanding the maths, the complicated chapters which all we are going through, right? So let's get started, especially for English medium Jaguar batch. And this batch is also, we have launched offline also, right? So you can take admission in this offline Jaguar batch, and here we are going to teach offline in English medium, right? So online and offline both are available here, but just we are going to show you how we are going to present. So first of all, we are going to learn basic of mathematics. We are not going to learn mathematics, but basics of mathematics, so that we can relate maths, right, very properly. Because if the foundations are not good, if the basics of not good, then you won't able to understand the whole maths, right? And that's an issue here. I hope I'm audible and visible. Ratan Singh Shekhawat, hello beta. Okay. So there is some technical glitch here, right? Power cut is there. So just wait for a while. We will back again. Don't worry. Okay. Now we are back again. So let's get started of basics of mathematics. And now what we are going to study in basics of mathematics, I'm just letting you know all the basics of formulas, right? All the basic things which we study in 6th, 7th, 8th, but eventually we forget these things, because we don't practice these things much, right? But these things, when we encounter in the question, then we suffer from the questions, right? Because basics are not, if basics are not clear, then advanced mathematics you won't understand, right? So let's get started. And the very basic thing that every mathematics students is going through, and every one know this, right? But still I am writing this down, that is a plus b to the whole square, right? Now what is a plus b to the whole square? Of course, you know, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Then we are going to understand some more formula, that is a plus b to the whole cube, a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. We are just studying the basics of formulas, right? Because these are very important formulas. But when what we encounter in the offline as well as online classes, that students who are come here to study maths, they don't feel confident about this formula, right? If you are not feeling confident about anything, then of course you will make mistakes, right? So we are just writing these formulas, and you have to write also. The another formula is a square minus b square, that is a plus b and a minus b. Of course you have to revise everything with us. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. And similarly, if there is written a minus b to the whole cube, then what you have to do, where there is plus b and here is minus b, so what you are going to do, everywhere where is there is b, you just put minus b, right? And you will get your formula a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube, right? This is the formula of a minus b to the whole cube. Similarly, if you are dealing with the formula that is a cube minus b cube, now very important formula it is, and many of the viewer forget these things, right? And it's not a good thing. A cube minus b cube, that is a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab. A square plus b square plus ab. If there is written a cube minus b cube, then what you have to do, just write down one factor a with a minus b and another factor a square b square and plus ab, right? Whole thing in plus, right? And again, if there is written a cube plus b cube, then one factor with a plus b and another is a square plus b square minus ab, right? Here there is minus ab. If there is plus, this factor will be plus. This factor, there is ab of minus, right? Sir, 12th May offline batch started. Yes, Nitesh. 12th May we are starting offline batch of Jaguar, and here we are going to study completely in English language, right? So I hope you understood these things very well. Now, if another thing I am going to write, that is x to the power 4 plus x to the square plus 1, right? Now, if you want to factorize this thing, right? Of course, I know many of you are confused, sir, how can we factorize this, right? Of course, we can do. What we can write, x square plus x minus 1, sorry, plus 1, and x square minus x plus, right? If you multiply these things, you will get x to the power 4 plus x square plus 1. Similarly, if there is written x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus 1, you will get x to the power 4 plus x square plus 1, and similarly x to the power 4 minus x square plus 1. Now, these formulas look simple, but in indefinite integration, right, in algebra, in quadratic equation, these formula comes very handy when you know these things, right? Because you factorize these things and just cancel out these things, right? So you will get, for example, I'm just writing an example here, right? Of course, we will teach everything, right? But if you are new students, right, just if there is written something like this, x square minus x plus 1, and you have to integrate this thing. But if you don't know the formula, then it is a nightmare for you, right? Because x square minus x plus 1 upon x power 4 plus x square plus 1, integration of dx is very tough, right? If you don't know the formula. But if you know the formula, if you know the factorization, then you know these things we can write it as this and this. And if you write it down, this factor will be cancelled out, and here you will get only x square plus x plus 1 integration of dx. And now this is a very simple thing. If you don't know this also, don't worry about that, right? We will teach you in another classes, right, how we integrate this thing. But if anyone have basic idea about integration, then he or she will know that it is a very basic thing, and now you can integrate this question very simply, right? Because you know the formula here, right? That is why formulas and this basic of mathematics is very important, because if you know the basic of mathematics, you will gain confidence, you will gain many tricks, and you can solve the question with speed, right, and accuracy. Okay, I hope I have made myself clear about that, right? Another thing we are going to study, another formula we are going to study, that is a plus b to plus c to the whole square, right? Now, what is this? A square plus b square plus c square plus twice ab plus twice bc plus twice ca. Twice ab plus twice bc plus twice ca, right? Now, if we take 2 common here, what we will get? A square plus b square. I'm just writing another format of this. Of course, you can learn this formula only, but I'm just writing the another format of this so that you can get a broader aspect of this, right? So if we take common 2 BC plus CA, right? We can write this also, right? We can write this also. If I take what I'm going to do here, if I am going to write 2 A B C, if I take ABC common in everything, so what we will get here? Here, if we take ABC common, there is only AB, but I am taking ABC common, C also common. So what we have to do? We have to divide by C. Similarly, I am taking ABC common here. So what we have to do? 1 by A. If I am taking ABC common here, so what I am going to do? 1 by B. Right? If you multiply ABC, CC cancel out, you will get AB. ABC into 1 by A cancel out, you will get BC. ABC multiplied by 1 by B, BB cancel out, you will get AC, CA. Right? So this is also a formula, right? You can learn here. A square, A plus B plus C to the whole square, right? I hope there is no issue, right? If there is something like minus here, right? For just take an example, A minus B plus C to the whole square. So in this case, what you are going to do, right? If you encounter any minus sign in this formula, what you are going to do, how you will learn the formula, just note it down that if your minus sign is like, just take an example, if minus sign is in front of B, so what you are going to do, everywhere there is B, just put minus sign there, right? So A square plus, if you put minus B here, so minus B to the square, that is B square, so I'm going to write B square only, plus C square minus 2AB, right? Because B is minus sign. As similarly 2 BC, similarly 2 CA. If you put minus B here, so we are going to get this. Okay. So I hope these things are clear for you, right? Now again, another thing, that is, if I'm going to write now, if I'm going to write A minus B, and I will say factorize this A minus B, factorize A minus B, factorize or what? A minus B. Now, if I'm going to write A square minus B square, then you tell, sir, A plus B into A minus B. Is it clear? But if we are going to write A minus B factorization, so what we are going to do? We can write A as under root A square and B as under root B square. Right? Now, if I'm going to write the factorization, under root A plus under root B into under root A minus under root B. So these are the very basic things, but of course, if I say directly that factorize A minus B, then you can assume that what are asking A minus B, there is no factor A minus B into 1. But of course, A minus B also factorize under root A plus under root B under root A minus under root B. Similarly, if I am going to write A keep to the power 4 minus B to the power 4, now what you are going to write? A square to the square minus B square to the square, right? So if you factorize this also, A square plus B square into A square minus B square, right? Similarly, and if we are going to do more further, then A square minus B square is written as A plus B into A minus B, right? I hope these things are clear with you, right? And now I'm going to show how these things can help you to speed your maths, right, in this. So first of all, I'm going to tell you again that Jaguar batch, where I am and our team will teach you, right, purely in English medium, 100% English medium preparation, lecture and study material entirely in English. Everything you will get in English also. English-based doubts and communication, of course, you are seeing here, right? We are communicating in English language only. Defense expert English friendly faculty equips you for success in NDA and SSB. Best for CBSE, ICSE, IB, whichever board you are, right? It is best for you. And Lucknow Center, we are going to launch this batch on 12th May 2025. And Dehradun Center, we are going to launch this at 15 May 2025, right? So there are limited seats only. Of course, you can call on this number, right, for more information and visit our site, right? So now, let's come back to our formulas, right, which we are going to study. So first of all, I'm going to write a question here for you. If I'm going to write 255 square minus 245 square. Now, if I'm going to say this, solve this, right, 255 to the square minus 245 to the square. So what you are going to do? I will solve this 255 square, 255 into 255, then 245 into 245, and then we will solve this, and then we will subtract the values, and then we will get the answer. But I'm telling you, right, you can do this with much simpler ways, right, whichever we studied here. That If a square minus b square is 10, then you can write it as a plus b into a minus b. So for making calculation simpler, right, we are going to write it as 255 plus 245 into 255 minus 245. 255 plus 245 is what? 500. 255 minus 245 is what? 10. So 500 into 10, you can write it as 5000, right? And that is our answer. That is our answer, right? Of course, you are saying this, the beauty of maths, right? If you know the basic of and basic formulas, then you can solve hard problems with a simple manner, right? And which are very time taking problems here, but of course, you know, there are very simple things so you can do. So 5000 will be your correct answer, right? Again, if I write something like this, 167 is square, 167 is square minus 129 is square, right? This will be your homework and you have to tell us in our comment section then what will be the answer. Of course, you have to do all the things in these manners, right? This will fetch you much more time and this will save you much more time again. Now again, we are going to learn another formula here. That is, if there is written a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, then what we are going to do? A square plus b square minus ab minus bc minus ca. First of all, the formula will be a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc upon a plus b plus right? We can write this formula as like this also. Another thing, what we can do, if there is written a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, what if we multiply by 2 and divide by 2? There will be no change if we multiply by 2. If we multiply by 2, everything, if we multiply by 2 and divide by 2, then 1 by 2 in common, 2a square plus 2b square plus 2c square minus 2ab minus 2bc minus 2ca, right? There is no issue. If we multiply by 2 and divide by 2, there is no issue, right? We are multiplying or dividing by same number. Of course, now if we write 2a square as a square plus a square, right? So what we will get? A square plus a square, 2b square as b square plus b square, 2c square is as c square plus c square, 2b minus 2c minus 2ca, right? Now a square plus b square minus 2ab, if we conclude a square plus b square minus 2ab, what we will get? We will get, sir, 1 by 2 a minus b to the whole square, right? A square plus b square minus 2ab, a minus b to the whole square. Similarly, if we include b square c square minus 2bc, then we will get b minus c to the whole square. Plus, similarly, if we include c square a square and minus 2ca, then we will get c minus a to the whole square. 1 by 2 a minus b to the whole square plus b minus c to the whole square plus c minus a to the whole square, right? That will be our answer. And this is very beautiful result actually, because in the matrices and determinant, right, you will see these things very commonly. And a square plus b square minus c square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, what you are getting? 1 by 2 a minus b to the whole square, b minus c to the whole square, c minus c to the whole square. Now what we are going to learn here, if you square any number, right, if you square any real number, if you square any real number, if x belong to any real number, right, and if you are squaring both x square, right, it will be always greater than or equal to 0. Any real number square will always be greater than or equal to 0. Now if you apply here, then you will get this greater than or equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, right? So the whole thing will be greater than or equal to 0. So this expression will always be greater than or equal to 0. Now this is the previous question, that a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca will positive, will negative, greater than or equal to 0. What will be the answer? So greater than or equal to 0. So this is the basic of maths, right? And NDA is asking many questions from basics, right? Many questions, right? We will do the basic of questions also. So don't worry. Now again, another things very simpler, right? Let's learn about them. If there is anything written like x, y, z, t, u, v, 2, 3, 4, anything, means anything, and the power is 0, right? Of course, this number should not be 0. When a power is 0, then answer will be 1. Always answer will be what? 1, right? A very simple thing, but of course you should know. If we take a power 0, then answer will be what? 1. Similarly, if we take a power negative of anything, right? Just take an example, x to the power minus 2. So we can write it as 1 upon x square. 1 upon x square. We take power negative, so it will come in denominator, right? That 1 upon x square. Similarly, if we write x square to the power 1 by 3, right? If there is written something like this, so what you are going to do, you just have to multiply the powers, right? To the x to the power 2 by 3. And now, if there is written a to the power m or whole to the power n, then what you are going to do, the multiply the power that a to the power mn, a to the power mn. You just have to do this simple basic thing, right? Another thing is, if there is written a to the power m into a to the power n, right? The base are same and powers are different or same, whatever it is, we are not going to go there. Just we are going to see the base is same and there is a multiply sign. So what we are going to do, we are just going to add the powers, right? Same base but with addition of powers. A to the power m into a to the power n will be a to the power m plus n. Jai Hind, Ranjan. So now I'm thinking that you are understanding these basic things very well, and of course with starting of maths we are going to just learn some basic ideas, right? So that we won't have any problem in another classes, right? Another thing, if there is written something like this, a to the power p by q, so what is the meaning of this, right? Just take an example here, x to the power 2 by 3. What is the meaning of this? That a to the power 1 by q and then whole power p, you can write it as this also, and you can write it that this also, that a to the power p and whole power 1 by q. Both are the same thing, right? Both are the same thing. If there is written something like this, just take an example here, a to the power 2 by 3. Now if you find the answer, sir, what will be the answer of a to the power 2 by 3? So you can do these things in two manners, right? First thing is, you can write a to the power 1 by 3 and whole square. Now a to the power 1 by 3 will be 2. 2 to the square is 4, right? Another thing is, you can write 8 square and then 1 by 3. 8 square is what? 64. And cube root of 64 will be what? 4, right? So in both manner, you will get the same answer, right? It's up to you, whatever you want to do with these things, right? Another thing is, number system. They are very basic things, but of course I want to teach you here in the first class, because if you are not getting the basic of mathematics, then there is no point of you teaching the maths, the complete maths, right? Of course, you know, the syllabus is too much for NDA. You are going to study of NDA, in the NDA, you're going to study 11th class mathematics, 12th class mathematics, plus some additional topics also, right? So syllabus is very vast, right? So what we are going to do, we are just going to study the simpler things, and so that we can score more marks, right, of that. So just we are getting started with the basics, right? Now number system. Number system is what? Number system, in the first thing we are going to teach is natural number. Natural number. Sir, what is natural number? The number which are given by God, right? The number which are given by God, right? Just natural number are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on so forth. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on so forth. These are the natural number. We will represent natural number as n, right? We will represent natural number as n, right? Natural number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on so forth, right? 10, 11, 12, everything is what? Natural number. Another thing is whole number. Whole number. So what is whole number? If you include 0 in the natural number, if you include 0 in the natural number, 0 in the natural number, if you include what? 0 in the natural number, then you will get whole number. You will get what? Whole number. And we will represent it as W. If you include 0 in the whole number, then you will, 0 in the natural number, then you will get whole number. And whole number we will represent with W only. Another thing is integers. Integers. Sir, what is integers? Integer we will represent with I or Z. I or Z. right? We will represent with I or Z. Sir, what are in the integers? Integers are -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, 3, 0. Everything is what? Integer, right? We take example -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. These are what? Integers. Integers. These are what? Sir, these are integers, right? Of course, you have to learn these things. The integers are what? 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. Everything is what? Integer. Of course, we are going to negative. We are going to add negative here also. Now, if you are going to, if you are adding negative here, so there is something here I want to teach you. That is, if anyone is asking non-negative integers, non-negative integers, non-negative integer. So if anyone is saying non-negative integer, it means the integers which are not negative, which are not negative. So I'm taking 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on so forth. If anyone say non-negative integer, it means the integers which are not negative. Negative, it means you have to just exclude every negative integer and then you will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on so forth. Similarly, if there is written positive integer, if there is written positive integer, now the difference between non-negative and positive. Non-negative means there is no negative integer and positive means there is only positive integer. Now if you are talking about positive integer, then we are starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are not including 0. We are not including 0 because 0 is neither negative nor positive. 0 is neither negative integer nor positive integer, right? You have to just remember these things. If you are talking about positive integer, we are going to start with 1, 2, 3. And if you are talking about non-negative integers, then we are going to starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on so forth, right? Another thing is non-positive. If there is written non-positive integers. Non-positive integers means the integers which are not positive. Which are what? Which are not positive, right? So we will include every negative integer, -3, -2, -1, right, and so on, right? And 0 also, and 0 also, and 0 also. Because we are talking about non-positive, the integers which are not positive. Positive integers are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will exclude them from integers and we will get what? All negative and 0, right? But if I'm writing negative integers, if I am writing negative integers, if I'm talking about negative integers, then we are going to write every negative integer only. Negative integer only, that is -4, -3, -2, -1 and done, right? We are not taking 0 here because we are talking about negative integers only. That is very good result, because in the NDA 2025 itself, they are asking about the negative integer and non-positive integer. So you should know all the things, right? Of course, they are not asking directly, but in the question, there is some information with these things. If you don't know the positive integers are what, if we should include 0 or not, then of course you are going to get the answer wrong, right? I hope these things you understood very well, right? Now we are just writing another thing is there, that 0 is neither positive nor negative integer. 0 is neither positive nor negative integers. 0 is neither positive nor negative integers. 0 is neither positive nor negative. 0 is what, sir? 0 is neither positive nor negative, right? Now, another thing is rational number. Rational number. Sir, what are the rational number? What are the rational number? The rational number are numbers which we represent as q, and these are the numbers we represent as the form of p by q, where p and q belong to integer. Where p and q belong to integer and q should not be equal to 0. Now this is the symbol of belong to, right? This symbol is the symbol. We read it as belong to. Belongs to. Now what does it mean, right? It means that p and q belongs to integer. It means p and q are integers, right? P and q are integer only, right? And q should not be equal to 0. Q should not be equal to 0. So every number we can write it as p by q form, but remember here p and q are only integers. P and q are only integers. So what we will say is this is the rational number. In 10th class we have just proved one theorem also, that root 2 is a irrational number, then prove this also, right? So p by q, every number what we can write it as p by q form, this is rational number, right? Similarly, if we are unable to write, if we are unable to write it as p by q form, if we are unable to write it as p by q form, then it is irrational number. Then it is what? Irrational number, right? Irrational number. Q dash is what? Irrational number. Irrational number is what? If we are unable to write any number in the form of p by q. Unable to write in the form of p by q. In the form of p by q. If any number we are unable to write in the form of p by q, then the number will be irrational number. Then number will be irrational number, right? So there is something more I want to teach you here. That is, there is fraction. Sir, what is fraction? Fraction, of course, we know fraction is something like 1 by 2, 1 by 3. These are the things. But the rational number is also p in the form of p by q. So what is the difference between rational number and fraction? In the fraction, we can write anything like root 2 upon 3. This is also fraction. This is also fraction. But this is not a rational number. Why? Because the number we have written here is not an integer. Is not an integer. Root 2 is not an integer. Right? You know this. Root 2 is not an integer. And the definition of rational number is what? That every number you have to write in the form of p by q, and p and q both belong to integer. P and q both belong to what? Integer. Right? So in the fraction, what we have learned here, the fraction, you can write anything in the form of like this, and there is no compulsion of the numbers on the number that they should be integer. They can be anything. So this is also fraction. This is also fraction. This is a rational number, but this is not rational number. This is q dash, irrational number. I hope you are getting the things right, right? Rational and irrational we have learned here, right? And another day we are going to start with another topic, and we will study that the fraction, after fraction, what the basic things we should more study, so that we make our foundation very strong, so that we can tackle our, we can tackle the hard problems which we are going to face in the NDA examination, right? Hi. Okay. So if you want to study from us, if you want to study in the pure English medium, or if you want to study in the pure Hindi medium, or if you want to study in the bilingual class, we have batches for everyone, right? It's like for everyone we have everything, right? So for English medium, if I'm talking about English medium only, then we have Jaguar batch, which we are going to start from 12th May, and Dehradun Center, which are going to start on 15th May. For more information, you can call on this number. Every communication and every study material you will get only in English. But I want to make a more announcement here. If you are in Hindi medium, or if you want to learn bilingual, right? अगर आप हिंदी माध्यम के हो या फिर आप bilingual जाना चाहते हो, उसके लिए भी हमारे पास batches हैं. Then you can enroll yourself, and you can call on this number. You will get more information about every batch. Sir, how many hours we have to study for NDA? It depends. It depends upon you, right? Everyone have a different potential. So 2-3 hours minimum, and maximum that 7-8 hours you can study, of course, right? So I'm just concluding our lecture here, and we will meet next session. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, क्या आप भी 2025 एग्जामिनेशन को क्रैक करना चाहते हैं अपने पहले प्रयास में? तो आज ही एनरोल करें सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी के रिटन प्लस एसएसबी कोर्स में, जो आपको देने वाला है रेगुलर क्लासेस, फ्री स्टडी मटेरियल्स, ट्रेन्ड फैकल्टीज, एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ द एसएसबी पैनल, फ्री एसएसबी कोचिंग, इंडियाज लार्जेस्ट जीटीओ ग्राउंड के साथ में डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस, वीकली मॉक टेस्ट, रिगोरस प्रैक्टिस ये एक ऐसा संस्थान है जहां हम आपको A to Z प्रिपरेशन कराते हैं और आपको नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी की कड़ी तैयारी कराते हैं। प्राउडली ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1, 2, 3, 4 जैसे रैंक्स देने वाली सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी आपको वेलकम करती है टू जॉइन आवर अपकमिंग कोर्सेज फॉर योर NDA एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन। Please call on 97959 77776 for more information. Thank you, Namaskar and Jai Hind.